The things you can't accept in yourself, you're never going to be able to accept in others. That's why so many therapists absolutely suck. I have fired about 30 therapists in my life because they didn't do the work. They couldn't go to the places that I needed to go. They weren't in touch with their anger. They weren't in touch with their sadness. So anytime I wanted to go into my anger or my sadness that made them uncomfortable, they took me out of my feelings and I fired them. Keep going through therapists until you find one that can go to the places that you need to go to. They intellectualize too much. You sit there for 60 minutes, you do all the talking, you just get no response, puts you into shame because you're looking for some kind of feedback. You're gonna have to find good therapists to get done the work that you need to do, and you're not going to do that if you have a people-pleasing doormat as a therapist. You need to be challenged. You need somebody to push back on your bullshit. You need somebody to call you out. You don't need somebody to just sit there and absorb your words for 60 minutes. I mean, do you really get a lot out of that? You're sitting there talking for 60 minutes and you get no feedback. You get a couple of head nods. Oh, maybe did you think of this? Maybe you think of that. No, man, you got to get somebody in there that's going to like start reaching around inside with you and start exploring, taking a flashlight into that darkness, exposing that shame and that hurt and that pain so that you can get it out of you. We have to grieve it out of us. Once that energy, that energy emotion is trapped inside of you and you disassociate and you cut that off and you tuck it away nice and neat and you adapt around it, you're not going to heal unless you get in there and start exposing it, start feeling it, start grieving it. It has to come out. You got to do the work. You got to get in there. It doesn't happen on its own. And if you don't have somebody that you're working with that's challenging you on your negative belief system of yourself, you're not going to make any progress. You're going to be relieved in the moment that you got it all out of you, but you're really not gaining any ground. So if you're not happy with the person you're working for, that's working with you, they work for you. Fire them and find somebody else that does. And I know the process sucks of starting with a new therapist, finding a new therapist. Go through as many as you need to until you find somebody who gets you, who understands the work. I remember when I would go into my hurt, my pain, and they would just look at me like, bro, that is way too much for me to handle. Let's talk about something else right now. No, that's where I need to go. So if your therapist is taking you out of your feelings, is taking you away from the work that you're trying to do, the places that you're trying to go, get rid of them. Stop being a nice person, people pleaser, and worry about hurting their feelings. They work for you. You don't work for them. So get on it.